Raising the Bar Sports Picks, where we give picks and analysis of some of our favorite games and at the same time have an ice cold beverage. Well, today I'm going to have a hot beverage, and they certainly do serve coffee at bars. Today I'm feeling a little under the weather. My stomach's a little upside down, so probably the last thing I need to have is a beer right now. I know you drinkers out there probably would appreciate me having an ice cold beer when my stomach's upside down, but I can't do it. But yesterday, or today is Tuesday, January 28th, 2020, and yesterday we went 8-2. So that's another winning day. We have that's a percentage of 80% winning, and we moved 13 units yesterday. So that's a total of 25 units over the last 4 days that we moved. On the scale from 1 to 5, that's our scaling system. From 1 being we like it, we're not going to invest that much money into it, to 5, we love it. So that's 25 units in the last 4 days, 13 just yesterday. So please get on board with this channel, share it, tell someone about it, tell them how we're going to win and how we are winning each and every day. That's 80% yesterday. Nobody out there making picks, making analysis is doing that but us. So please like this page, share it, comment, and please subscribe to it so you can get notifications every day. All right? So I'm going to take my sip of my coffee and we're going to move on and we're going to do today's picks. Black coffee. I like it a lot. All right, I have a lot of picks for us today. Did some homework, and we're gonna run through a lot of college basketball. I only am gonna predict 2 NBA games today because I don't like the way the NBA games are really trending today. So more NCAA than anything. First pick, we're looking at the Villanova Wildcats versus St. John's Red Storm. That game's slated for 6:30 tonight. All right. The point spread last 10 games, Villanova 6-4, SJU 7-2. Over and under the last 10, Villanova 7-3, SJU 2-8. And the money line, last 10, Villanova 9-1, SJU 4-6. If you can't tell by my hat, big V and a championship, I know it's from a couple years ago, but if you can't tell by that who I'm going to go with, I'm going with Villanova Wildcats with the money line. That's our first pick for today. Oh, actually, I already wrote them down here, but you know what? I'm gonna write them again. All right, moving on. Next game we're looking at is Ball State Cardinals versus Bowling Green Falcons. That game is slated for 7 p.m. tonight. All right. I have no idea what I do with my little clicker here. Ball State, the last 10 for against the spread is 6-4. Bowling Green 2-8. Over and under, last 10, Ball State 3-7, Bowling Green 6-4. The money line, last 10, 6-4 for Ball, and Bowling Green 7-3. With this pick, we're going with Bowling Green with the money line. That Villanova game, we're taking that. That's going to be my 5 unit. Now that's my first 5 unit of the year. This Bowling Green game is also money line, and we're taking this for 3 unit. Getting a little ballsy today, but I have confidence in the last few days. When you're hot, you're hot. We're hot. We're scorching, steaming hot. So we're gonna stay that way. We're gonna play off that. All right. Our next game, we have Florida State Seminoles versus Virginia Cavaliers. Last 10, Florida State's 4-6 against the spread, and Virginia, 3-7. Last 10, Florida State 6-4 for over/under, and Virginia 6-4. Money line, Florida, the last 10, 10-0. And Virginia, 5-5. Our pick for today for money line is we're going with Virginia. That's a 3-unit. Moving on. SMU Mustangs versus Cincinnati Bearcats. That game is slated for 7 o'clock tonight. Cincinnati right now is favored by 6. The over-under's 139.5. And I just realized I didn't do it for the rest of the games, but if I remember at the end, I'll let you know. Last 10 for SMU for against the spread, 6-1, and Cincinnati 6-4. Over and under, the last 10, SMU 7-3, Cincinnati 6-4. The money line, the last 10, SMU 7-3 and Cincinnati 6-4. Our pick for today for that game is Cincinnati Bearcats, money line. And with that, we're going to do that with a 2-unit. I'm going to save for the 2 NBA games for the end. Next game, we have Virginia Tech Hokies. We already hit Virginia Tech, didn't we? No. We have Virginia Tech Hokies versus Miami Hurricanes. That game is slated for 8 o'clock tonight. Virginia Tech is favored by 3.5, and the total points over under is 137.5. The point spread, the last 10 for that game for these two teams, Virginia Tech, last 10, 5-5, and Miami, 5-5. Over and under, Virginia Tech 4-6, and Miami 6-4. Money line, the last 10, 7-3, and Miami 4-6. With this game, we're going money line, Virginia Tech. And we're also, if you want, we're going to take either or, Virginia Tech with the points. So I'm going to mark them down as both 2 separate picks. All right. So I'm taking them money line. I would take them money line, and also I would take them with the points. And what did I say? I said that was they're favored by 3.5 right now. Both of those games, I'm marking them down as 2 units. That's what I play them as. Next game, we have Butler Bulldogs versus Georgetown. Now, this is a interesting matchup because Butler is actually playing pretty damn well right now. They're a good team. Okay, so let's look at the matchup. Georgetown right now is only favored by 1, and the total points of 142.5. The point spread for last 10, against the spread. Butler is actually 4-6, and Georgetown's 5-5 against the number. The last 10 for Butler on over under, they've been 5-5. Number 5-0. Sorry, they've been perfect. Last 5. Last 10, they were 6-4. Georgetown, they were 3-7. Last 10 for money line, Butler 7-3, Georgetown 5-5. Contrary to what it looks like and what the obvious would be, I'm going with Georgetown. Money line, a 2-unit. Lastly, for NCAA games today, Auburn Tigers versus Ole Miss Rebels. That game is slated for 9 o'clock tonight. Auburn by 5 right now, they're favored. Total points, 142. Against the spread, last 10, Auburn is 4-6, and Mississippi, Ole Miss, is 2-7-1. The over-under, Auburn, last 10, 3-6-1, Mississippi 5-5. And on the money line, Auburn, the last 10, 8-2, and Ole Miss 4-6. With this game, I'm going Auburn Tigers, which is the obvious pick. I have them down right now as 231 favorites. So this game, like I say, every show I have, this game, instead of taking this, you're not going to win a lot of money, but if you add this to one of your parlays, if you add this to something that's, just so you could boost your money up, these are one of these games. This is a sure bet. So I'm going to mark this down as a 3-unit and take them as a money line. Now let's go back to these two NBA games that we have slated to today, and that's going to be our picks for today. Atlanta Hawks versus Toronto Raptors at 7:30 tonight. Right now, Toronto is favored by 12.5 points, and the over-under is 233. The average points for these two games, or these two teams, Toronto 112 and Atlanta 108. Against the spread, last 10, Atlanta is 6-4 and Toronto 5-5. Over/under, last 10, 7-3 for Atlanta, 6-4 for Toronto. The money line, last 10, 6-4 for Atlanta, Toronto 8-2. We're taking Toronto with the points here. With the 12.5 to cover. If you feel more comfortable, yesterday we got bit by Prairie View. I had them down to cover 20.5 points. It was 19. Those games are the games that just make you angry because you're right there. It's just one more shot. One more shot. Didn't make it. So this is 12.5. It's a lot of points. You want to tease it down a couple points. If we did that yesterday, we'd have won that game. So and then we would have been a 9 out of 10. The other game that we lost was a over/under. For a ridiculous game, I should have went with the over. Sometimes you just look back and you're like, why did I do that? But and then went into overtime, so it didn't help my cause. So Toronto with the points. Finally, the last game we're going to look at: New Orleans Pelicans versus Cleveland Cavaliers. All right. The average points for these two teams, New Orleans 114 and Cleveland 105. Point spread analysis. We have last 10, New Orleans 7-3 and Cleveland 5-5 against the number. Over under, we're looking at last 10, 7-3, New Orleans, and guess what? Cleveland 7-3 also. Money line, we're looking at New Orleans 6-4, Cleveland 3-7. New Orleans 6-4. That's because they are coming alive. They're getting better and better every single game, better and better. Zion's in there, and I really like this team. If I wasn't such a Sixers fan, I might be looking at this team as, you know what, I might be rooting for this team. I like the fact that they were this last year. That's okay. They went out and got Zion. Hopefully Zion can stay healthy. I mean, he looks like he has a lot of injury problems, a lot of injury concerns right now, especially with those big old cankles he's got. But I think he's legit. Seen the size of him when he just throws those balls and rejects these guys in their face. It's embarrassing, but I love it. I love it. And, you know, I think the NBA needs a couple more stars like him with that attitude and that ferociousness. So with this game, not to get off track, we're looking at the under right now. And what did I say? It's actually moving up. Hey, you know what? Maybe we wait a couple hours. It might keep going. Just watch that money line. If you wait on your ticket, just, you know, watch where the money is going. But watch where those points are going. But right now it's 132. So I'm taking the under. 132. Or 232. In the New Orleans and Pelicans game. So how many picks we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we did another 10 piece again. Huh? Did 10 yesterday. We went 80% out of our 10. Got 8 out of 10. Of course, our goal is 100%. It's always going to be our goal. But for the time being, right now we have 10 picks. 10 picks. Nobody's giving these kind of picks out. Nobody. They're asking for subscriptions. They're asking for money up. I'm just looking for you to like this channel, subscribe, share on your Facebook page, tell someone about it. Say, hey, you want to make a couple dollars, pick a couple of these games that Raising the Bar is showing you, and just get the word out. All right. I appreciate you coming by, spending a little time with me, and coming by the bar.